Okay, here we are again. This is one of my favourite books because it's got one of my favourite poems in it. One of the questions I always get asked, and I'm going to be answering some questions in a different session, is what is your favourite poem? In a moment, I'm going to do my favourite poem. But before that, I'm going to do a poem called It's Crazy at the Zoo. And this poem started in a classroom. And I had some year twos, and they said, can we write a poem about our school trip? I said, of course we can. Where did you go? And they said, we went to the zoo and it was crazy. I said, oh, why was it crazy? And they just said, oh, we saw lots of animals. I thought, that isn't that crazy, because that's what you expect to see at a zoo. But then we decided in the class, what if the animals were doing crazy things? And we had such fun writing a great poem in the class that when I got home, I decided I wanted to carry on the idea and write my own poem. In fact, the first line of this poem was actually the line we started off in the classroom. It's called It's Crazy at the Zoo. There's a penguin eating pizza, a lion in the loo, a bear that wears pink underwear. It's crazy at the zoo. A rock and rolling rhino and a kung fu kangaroo, a hip hop hippopotamus. It's crazy at the zoo. A ballet dancing buffalo and a tiny tutu, an elephant in spotty pants. It's crazy at the zoo. The zebra stripes are painted orange, red and blue. The tiger's pink and purple cause it's crazy at the. A gecko with an echo is nagging the gnu. There's a giggling gorilla cause it's crazy at the. A parrot that is potty sings cock-a-doodle-doo. There's a crocodile with a toothless smile. It's crazy at the. Monkeys wearing lipstick. It's bonkers, but it's true. Snakes in socks are tied in knots. It's crazy at the zoo. An orangutan that tangles with the cockatoo. A sloth that coughs and races off. It's crazy at the zoo. And all the clever keepers, they know just what to do. They're selling lots of tickets. They're selling extra tickets. They're selling lots more tickets because it's crazy at the zoo. Now, my favourite poem. In a way, all the poems I write are favourites, but this one seems to have had a life of its own. I wrote it many years ago, and then it got put on a poster that was given away with an educational magazine like Junior Education about 10 years ago, and since then it seems to have become the Year 6 Leavers poem. It's become an assembly poem. It's become an inspirational poem that you read out on special occasions. In fact, several schools have turned it into songs, and so these words have been sung as well. And so it's called Let No One Steal Your Dreams. And when I say dreams, I don't mean the bonkers things that happen when you're asleep, when you're being chased by a caterpillar that's eating marshmallows on a tractor or whatever, weird things like that. I mean ambitions. I didn't know when I was little that I wanted to be a poet. In fact, the first thing I wanted to be when I was at primary school was a footballer. And of course, I wasn't good enough to be a footballer. And then I wanted to be a rock star. And I couldn't play guitar and I couldn't sing. My favourite band were a band called Slade, who some of you will have heard from that one song that's due release at any time now. So here it is, Merry Christmas, everybody's having fun. Look to the future now, it's only just begun. I mention that because here we are all these years later. I became a poet. I've been a poet going around schools for 30 years now, publishing books for 30 years. And I mentioned football as well because 2.5 years ago I got contacted by Everton Football Club, who are my team, and they asked me to write a poem for their season ticket campaign. It's a poem called Everton at Home. It's in this book. It's also on my website and on YouTube. You look up Everton Home poem, you'll find it. Fantastic film with lots of footage of Goodison Park and players. It's not my voice because they wanted a Liverpudlian voice. But the first time I saw that film, I was actually at Goodison Park in front of 40,000 people, and it was shown on the big screen, and it was magical. I mentioned Slade. The drummer of Slade is a man called Don Powell. Over the last 4 or 5 years, Don has become a friend of mine, which is amazing, thinking you're friends with one of your favourite pop stars. My best friend Les is a songwriter. Me and Les occasionally write songs. We decided we'd record some, and so we said to Don, the drummer of Slade, if we record these songs, would you drum on them? He said, yeah, of course I will, lads. And that started off as like a little hobby. We've now got a project called Don Powell's Occasional Flames, where there's Les, myself and Don and the illustrator Martin Chatterton working together. So if somebody had told me when I was a little boy that I'd have grown up and become a poet and written poems for my favourite football club or written songs with my favourite band, I would never have believed that. So if you've got ambitions and dreams, don't let anybody tell you they can't happen, because they can. It might take you a long time, because as you can see, I'm a very old man, but my dreams are still coming true. So this is my favourite poem. Let no one steal your dreams. Let no one tear apart the burning of ambition that fires the drive inside your heart. Let no one steal your dreams. Let no one tell you that you can't. Let no one hold you back. Let no one tell you that you won't. Set your sights and keep them fixed. Set your sights on high. Let no one steal your dreams. Your only limit is the sky. Let no one steal your dreams. Follow your heart and follow your soul. For only when you follow them will you feel truly whole. Set your sights and keep them fixed. Set your sights on high. Let no one steal your dreams. Your only limit is the sky.